Mike Pina, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Kelly, good afternoon. Buenas tardes. How you doing? Ernie, good afternoon. How you doing today? How's your day going? Saludos. Saludos, Kelly. Mike. Ah, today's a good day. Just, you know, still that breathing issues, but hey, nothing really. How you doing today? Mike, Pina, much love and respect. Oh, just is. Yeah. How's your day today, Kelly? If I could ask. Baby, good afternoon. Saludos. My pleasure. Park, great to see you. Good afternoon. Top tier, good afternoon. Likewise, same minds, carnal. I appreciate you. Likewise, I hope your family are always blessed with health and every way possible. Gracias. Thank you, Ernie. It's much appreciated. Gracias. H and Orange will be joining us. Juan, buenas tardes. Likewise. Saludos, love, and prayers to your family. Thank you. Iron, good afternoon. Yeah, that was probably right before I got there because I remember hearing about that. I got there in 2001. 506 Gangster, buenas tardes. Igualmente, saludos y respeto. I hope la tia's treating you good. Excuse me, everyone. I don't know why I don't let me leave messages through the phone. Sorry, everyone, I won't be able to leave messages because I'm through the phone. I don't know why. Oh, that's a great idea, Ernie. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Man, where's Agent Orange? He was just here. Agent, can you hear me? Oh, yeah, I already for sure that. Gracias. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Oh, that's right, 506 gangster. I'm glad you're surrounded by good people. Crazy. I'm trying to submit him, but here, let me send him a message. See if he retries right now. So I'm waiting for. I seen he tried right now, but when I was about to press on it, he disappeared. I just sent a message. Thank you, James. Good afternoon. Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay, okay. He's just getting off work, so he'll be shortly with us, everyone. I got a gang of them, baby. Lo, I got so many stories like that. But yeah, I got a lot of stories. Mexico's definitely a trip, at least prison wise. Well, everything. Fear, respect, lovers. Big ones. Saludos. Gracias. Great to see you. Hey, I hope it ain't too noisy. The machine and then the fan here. And you guys can hear me okay. Thank you, Park. Gracias, gracias. S1, good afternoon. Great to see you. Torta Pounder, buenas tardes. Todo bien, aquí nomás. How's your day been? Mongolian grill. How is that? Oh, I might have, because I couldn't get the link on the first one. JR, good afternoon. Ernie, I couldn't get the first one to get the link for agent. JRIE, good afternoon. Payaso, they're all hearsay, like the one I could touch on. I put it out already. I don't know if you've seen it. Agent Orange, all right. Oscar, saludos. Vincent, good afternoon. Great to see you. Yeah, rest in peace to you, Jefito. Oh, okay. Torta pounder. Yeah, that sounds good. I never had it, but it's definitely on the bucket list. If I ever able to go back. And how do I do? And what do I do? Part. Oh wow. Santos, saludos. Good afternoon. Hope you're good. Hope you're enjoying a great day alongside the family. Great to see you. I hear from you. Okay, yes, man. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Yeah, I'm on my phone. That's why I can't even type. Part. Gino, saludos. Good afternoon. I'm here, so everything's good. Thank you. Huh. Yeah, I heard definitely, baby. But it was just hearsay. That's why I haven't touched on it. Cause thank only, saludos, good afternoon. Oh, I'm doing good, thank you, God. How you doing today? Gracias, Miguel. Good afternoon. Yeah, definitely, let's boogie. I'm on that every day. Let's boogie, lo que venga. But it's a good day. I got that shot, so I still have problems breathing, but overall, it's so better. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for Eric. Saludos. Yeah, I gotta get live stream, everyone, so I could do it on the computer. Oscar, I don't know why you would have problems with it, you know, but I apologize. Used to tripping, especially if I upload something to the other. But I'm glad to hear from you today, Oscar. Likewise, I hope you and family are well and blessed. Should I buy a house, a car, or a torta? Gonzalo, saludos. I'll definitely, if you have the opportunity, go for that. You know, but it depends. Where you're at in life. I couldn't really answer that question. Yeah, me personally, I believe the best investment out there is lands. Land. I'll be honest with everyone. If I would have came out here and just did me and family, and I would have invested a lot in properties. Triple A, saludos. Good afternoon. I'm not really sure what it was like. Man, 30 something years, I believe. 8, 10, 20, 30, like 34 years, something. Eric, somewhere there. Straight, I only speak about straight time. All that I did what I did this and add them up like straight time. It's only Winnie's trying to prove a point. Huh. Thank only like I said, you only know where you're at. If you're hungry, of course. Tortas. You gotta deal with the what's first and foremost. Yeah, exactly. I That's what I mean. When I got here, there was lands you could get for man pebbles, and now they're worth 1, 2, 3 million pesos.
What up?
Hey, agent, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So am I coming in clear?
Yeah, you coming in, but I don't know with everyone else.
How
Can you
about
guys
now?
hear agent real good?
How about now?
With me it's low, but I'm on the phone.
Okay.
Let,
Yeah.
let's see what they say. They might be able to hear you.
Oh, I
Miguel,
know.
saludos, saludos to you, no Compton.
I know. Park. Not today.
Yeah,
I
they could
forgot.
hear you.
Okay.
They could hear you,
All right.
okay?
All right. So hey, I'm gonna be talking about a family that's trying to get across, right? But I'm gonna be changing up the words because just if you guys don't understand a word, just let us know and then we'll clear that up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Because you know how YouTube is. So check it out. So when you move people, when you move people across the way,
Mhm.
there's a lot of things that got to come into play. There's a lot of people involved, a lot of overhead, and in between that, communication gets lost, and not everybody knows each other, but everybody has a specific job to do in order for it to all come together. And if for the Hispanic side or like Latino side, it's more of a taboo because you have family in charge. I mean, you have family involved, you have churches, you have neighborhoods, you have organizations involved. So it to me, it's not really like a crime syndicate, but it can be at some points. But it's with all the new stuff of with the new transferring of people, which I can't use the other word I want to use. They've made it more on the criminal side, just for the fact that they're doing it to younger people, right? So there was a family where the husband, he had jumped over, he had set himself up nice, got the job going. He got settled in um, on this side, and it starts off good because he sends for his family to come over. Not everybody sends for their family. Some people start their own family over here, And is that you with the noise?
Huh?
Something's rubbing. Is that you?
I don't know if it's my niece's dog. Let me close the window, my boy. Hold up. Sorry about
Because
that. It was
that's
that
fine.
it?
Yeah, because something was rubbing on the
Trav,
microphone.
saludos. Everyone, I'll get to the message. I just want to be respectful and have Agent tell us what he's here for, you know?
Yeah. So
Okay, Agent.
okay, he's already over here. The father's already over here, and he sends for the family to come across, which is a wife and a daughter, right? And so you don't send them together because it's more of a risk. So one of them has to go first, right? And at that point, they have to be separated on the south side. They got to be separated because they're going to come in two different types of means, right? So now the mom's got to make that decision to hand over her kid, because after all, they're going to be strangers, and and so they inform her that it has to be done that way, and she has to agree to it. She has no point because her husband's waiting for them, and before you know it, she gets crossed fast successfully. She gets crossed fast. There's no second time. There's no third time. She gets across fast the first time. So as soon as she comes over, first thing she asks is
Saludos, Antonio.
where's my kid at? They told me that they had already crossed, and the people over here are saying like, what are you talking about? We don't know anything about a kid. And she goes, well, where's my daughter at? Because she's it's like a 4-year-old daughter, right? That's a supposed they hit. She had crossed first, but no, she hadn't crossed yet. But the mom's thinking
Mark, blessings.
that
Trav, my boy. Sorry.
where's my kid at, right? So before you know it, now the lady's freaking out, right? So the daughter's not over here, so where's her daughter at? And there's nowhere. She at this point she wants to go to the police because she has no idea and nobody's telling her anything, right? And the husband's in a different state,
Yeah, Oscar.
and now he doesn't want to give up the money, not unless he hears his daughter's in a safe place. So now the people that are making all this happen, they get the word saying that the dad doesn't want to pay no more, and their first thing is bring the mom back, bring the mom. If he's not gonna pay, bring her back. So now they're in a big dilemma because there's not like good communication between them, and then
Chuy, saludos.
so the mom's freaking
B.
out. So finally, the mom just says, "I just want to talk to my daughter." And so they put her on the phone. They haven't even crossed her yet. The person that was going to bring her over is like 2 hours away from actually getting her to the actual port. So for, it was like a 6 hour period, right? And the mom's just freaking out because they have no way of actually letting her know that her daughter is safe. At this point, she doesn't know who has her daughter, what are they doing to her, or anything like that, man. But at the end, they ended up getting the daughter across
Brian,
the first time. But
blessings.
that's just one of just one of many stories. I had planned it for Mother's Day, but obviously it's Tuesday now. But that's just one of the pains of actually getting a family across of millions of stories, right? And it ended up working out and everything. But I mean, can you imagine using your child for about 6 hours, not knowing who has her or what's happening to her? And for the most part, the people crossing these kids, they are responsible and they'll give it to their best people because they want a good reputation at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd share that for you guys for Mother's Day, but that's about it, Rob.
Oh, gracias, gracias.
I hope I made sense.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you on this phone. Couldn't hear you right, Dispensa.
Oh, okay.
But everybody heard what you we were supposed to upload it on Mother's Day. Just my situation didn't allow it. B, my love and prayers. Great to see you, Riot. Sorry, I was just being respectful with Agent. Can you hear me good, Agent?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and then it's me on this phone. I gotta work on that StreamYard type thing.
Thank you,
But
part.
yeah, the little parts I heard, it was basically getting across and getting bamboozled, right?
That's the way she was. The family took it, but but again, you want to have the mom cross with confidence because you don't want her to be worried about her kid being left behind in another country. You want her to think that she's already waiting for her in the new country psychologically. So that's why most likely she crossed with some papers, some false papers. So you don't want to give her that burden on top of already trying to cross with counterfeit. So you want to give her that ease, saying, "Okay, I'm gonna go meet my daughter right now," and it makes sense. But it's at the same time, it could be it could be a torture, for the mom.
Yeah, they sending you messages.
All right, I'm reading Travis right now.
Yeah, Mark, I gotta do something, to do this live in a better way. Trav left you a message. He says,
Wow,
Agent, back in 1980, sister and mine were kidnapped by my own mother. Little Güero ended up in Chapala, Jalisco. Ah,
yeah,
sorry to hear that,
that's
Trav.
that's the worst ones. But that's the only ones that would actually the State Department will actually pursue
Top,
is the parental kidnapping,
top
not
life,
the
salud. Sorry.
not runaways. Not runaways. Just they'll investigate the parent kidnapping instead of like if your kid runs away to another country, good luck because they hardly ever help out on them types of cases.
Much respect to you and Zach. Thank you. Yeah, Trav, dispenser. Yeah, it's scandalous. All them kids being kidnapped and taken to different spots.
Yeah, but
Chevy, thank you. I appreciate you.
but we
Many
only
prayers
we
and
only
blessings to family. Huh?
we only hear one side of the story though. We don't hear why
Yeah.
the other parent kidnapped them. It's just all the way around. It's not good for the kids either way. But that's unfortunately that's how it happens.
Yeah. Top live. Ahí, sureño. But we're in a different stage alive. It's about child trafficking, basically, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not always bad, but they would still fall under that category.
Background love, always.
It'll still fall under that category, and they enhance it once you get that once you get in there, them words in there, they'll enhance it.
You know, I, me, Adrian, I don't like to glorify the things I do, but I remember when we were busted in Guanajuato, there is there was this fool that got caught, right? And he got caught on the periférico, the highway. He got pulled over and saludos, tramps. Excuse me, on the tier. Good evening. And he had a bunch of kids and organs on the
Yeah, cooler.
in the back of the
Yeah.
car, right? And when he was in jail, he was getting all these luxuries because he had feria. And I remember, man, I got stomped out that day because I snuck in there and we I took it to him, because that's, man, I don't know how people could be like that.
Right. No, that would have been a crazy story. How he came across that. That's insane, man. I remember you saying that it was in the trunk in his cooler. In the cooler. It's just that's just I don't know, man. Just something like that. Just I don't know how they can do it like that. Just I'm glad I don't know.
And I'm glad grandma
I'm
went
glad
for you. Yeah, something like that has no excuses.
and I'm glad I don't know the answer to why they do it or how they do it.
Yeah, not only. I'm from Santa Rosa. Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area. Top life. Yeah, I'm so sorry, top tier.
Hello,
Why
V.
it's only the top? The only I could only hear you to the top speaker of the phone. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so sad. Me personally, and this is just my way of thinking, right? People that mess with kids, with women, they have no forgiveness.
No.
Like when I was busted, especially here in Mexico, that was the hardest thing, because it's trash. The jails are trash, man.
Right.
So it's best off you don't ask.
Yeah. And you know
Because
what?
whenever I
And
would find out, it's like doing this, I don't care what I get out of it.
right. Yeah. Like from high school, there's only one person that we can verify that he went there. You know what I mean? And he's still living around the city. He went there, and I just haven't came across him. You know what I mean? And to tell you the truth, I don't know how I'm gonna react. But I knew his daughter, and nah, that's not cool. And it is what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Chevy, gracias. Yeah, I look for that purpose every day. Igualmente contigo, carnal, y familia. Yeah, me personally, we had that in the neighborhood. I remember I was, how old was I? Like 12, 13? No, 12, 13, somewhere there. And there was an individual. He wasn't from the neighborhood, but he was doing his things from the neighborhood because there's a creek that goes behind the neighborhood, right? Until we caught up with him because he was doing it to all the little girls in there.
Yeah.
Gracias
Hey,
for it.
hey, Trav. Hey, when you guys crossed back, was it a process or you just like nothing? Did you guys have to officially declare yourselves at the port, or how did that work?
Hold up, hold up. Repeat the question, please.
Oh, to Trav's. When eventually when his aunt and his
Okay,
grandma
okay.
went to go get him, when they crossed the border, did they have to actually declare it, or they just crossed like normal and or they had to actually check in with the State Department? Or does it remember? You know what I mean?
Top life, nothing. Have you got the money right? Nothing. But if not, it's like the way we're welcome there, because we're from the state. But with us, it's a lot harder because they consider us belonging to a faction. I haven't been to Wasco, Mark. Sorry. Chevy 401, thank you for the love. I highly. Yeah, agent, sorry. I'm just trying to keep up with the message.
No, me too. I'm trying to type in. I'm having a hard time trying to find where I can type in.
Yeah, through the cell phone, I can't type in.
Yeah, me neither.
Wacky Loke, saludos. Great to see you. Welcome. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, this is new, man, because I can't even message anybody on here.
I don't let me message or nothing. That's why I always ask you if you could post that for me, you know?
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing now, and you can't hardly do anything on here. Huh.
Uh, top life somewhat, but nah. We're actually, we're pretty cool, you know, with, with blacks. It was, we hanged out pretty much, because Apple Valley used to be both, you know? So there was still family came around. Likewise, much love and respect. No, 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 Chevy 401, never that. Thank you again. Yeah, it's a lot harder to do it through the phone. The other half is Agent Orange, Oscar. He just prefers not to come on camera, you know? Shane, it's great to see you. I gotta look at that, Shane, for sure. Great afternoon. I igualmente, Chevy. Again, thank you. Yeah, it's two different, you know? It's two of us. I gotta get that live stream. I gotta see what to do. Thank you, Agent. I highly appreciate you sharing with us. I know we were supposed to do it on Mother's Day, but you know, I ended up where I ended up. I suck at all that technology. I wouldn't know where to start, you know?
He needs a
Thank
manager,
only, oh
V.
yeah. Excuse me?
And I was telling V that you need a manager if she's willing to volunteer.
Yeah, she says about StreamYard. But yeah, there was a lot of dudes high power like that, you know? But they were really easy to take down to earth. Thank only, believe me. We were born in Anaheim. I'll drive dispenser to hear that. My boy dispenser to hear that. I'm glad God has you here, though, you know? Fuerte, carnal. Francisco, buenas tardes, saludos. Great to see you. Jerry, saludos. Yeah, me too, Oscar. Don't worry about it, you know? Yeah, agent. It's like I was watching a thing on how or how it used to be when the Clintons were in power, how they used to work with God, taking kids from families with no purposes, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? I actually worked under that administration for through all his term. Actually, I worked through it with Clinton, and man, he made some. Yeah, he made some shady moves, and he's the one that stopped the it was called the Welfare Reform Act,
Hmm.
making it like you can only get so many years out of it. And I took it like maybe to produce more foster kids or more kids into the system
Yeah,
because of that's the way I took it, you know, not because they're getting reformed. I mean, money's money, but I think that's why he
yeah.
only could get
It was a lot of money.
he can only get 5 years total, you know, as a family.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. Yeah, trap life, definitely. I was born in South Park. My neighborhood's West Nine. What started off, kicked off from West Nine, but we jumped into Papago and Apple Valley, you know? But yeah, Felipe, saludos, bendiciones. Big Daddy. Oh shit, this is my raven. I recognize my the tattoos. Big Daddy. Saludos. Everyone knows who I am. That's who where you're leading to. Yeah, definitely. Trap life. I don't agree with that either, but my respect, I really don't touch on that, because it's something that brings trauma. Nah, Park, let him. I'll go outside and see. Uh, let him, let him be, let him move. They, it just makes me laugh. A lot of people really think that I'm like the other cats, right? That I hide things from you guys, that I'm not in touch with you guys like that. No, I appreciate everyone with me, and I try to keep it as clear. You guys know exactly who I am. If you've been with me, you know what I look like. So it ain't, you guys know why this mask is on, and that's it. But let him wolf. Dennis, good afternoon. Welcome. Oh, wow, from Hawaii. Uh, blessings, prayers to you. No, Hawaii, hope you're enjoying your day. Yeah, Travis, it's all right. It's all right. They really, they're used to, as I see every YouTuber, excuse me, or most of them at least, they tend to have things surface. That's why I've been real clear with you guys since the gate. Yeah, ice is messed up. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, Park. You decide. You run it. Yeah, P Trap Live, PSE just went in for a double hot one right there in downtown, and did a couple decades plus, and then came out to serve in Mexico. But in the process of going back home, Big Rig, 100%, 100%. A lot of, we can't say all, but most of the original members were. There was a lot that weren't clicked up in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, Little Valley, Bakers, neighborhoods like that, they started in it. Maravilla. Yeah, I heard AAA. I heard he's down here.
Hey
Well,
Rob,
in
has
Mexico. Yeah.
has there ever been a member that has never been affiliated with any kind of clique?
Excuse me.
Is there any member that was not ever um, affiliated with the clique?
Affiliate. Excuse me. I
Affiliated,
couldn't hear.
has there any been has there been a member that has never been a gang member before getting made?
Uh, yeah, in the feds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, in the feds. You see, that's all YouTube, it's all internet stuff. You know, oh, he's just a resident. He's a level one killer. That don't even mean nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, Trav. Casper, so young bato, he just went funny. Part of the movement, are they luz verde? Una pregunta, dos vatos that work with people picking up kids. Nah, there ain't, at least from our end, there ain't nobody working with nobody picking up kids. We don't mess around like that. That's why we don't we don't get along with Arellanos. The only ones I know that did things like that down here were Bad and Popeye. He was a parolee in the feds. Okay. Yeah, I know. AAA don't want you guys to fall in love. Joe, Joe, saludos. Everything's good. Thank you. Pretty much, Brick. That's exactly it, right? There's no other way around it. It's kind of like while you see new flowers trying to kick off, and you know what I mean? Yeah, crap. But yeah, Agent Orange, there's there's quite a few of them actually. Mr. De La Cruz, saludos. That's only YouTube stuff. People they want to pump themselves up. But once we're in the system, your neighborhood don't exist. You know, if you belong to a neighborhood, that's good for you. But if all that matters is you're claiming you're riding with the cause inside, that's it. Resident, whatever. Mr. De La Cruz, saludos, blessings. Gracias, Mr. De La Cruz.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you put it that way, it makes sense. It makes sense that you don't have to come in there with an actual with the resume. With all your your doings throughout your career. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, that's why, I really dislike that individual and Aretes because there's a was one there's a whole bunch of people that work with the Zetas and the Beltran Leivas too that did that. Miguel H and Orange, I think the old school I'm about to call Mike Delia. Yeah, he was one. There's actually a couple ones that are not really known out here in the feds. I don't want to be the one, to throw the eyesight towards them. So that's why I don't mention in my name, Mr. De La Cruz. I know his family, trap life, him. I don't remember at least, because his neighborhood wasn't in town when I was out there. They were in Windsor. Darlene, happy Tuesday. All right, Mr. De La Cruz, I send my love and prayers. I'm trying to catch up, brother. It's always a pleasure, though. Much love and prayers. Gracias for stopping in. Pepe, saludos. Yeah, exactly, Trev. It goes both ways. There's a lot of homies inside that they're solid individuals as agent, that never claim anything, but they're with it. I remember. See, there was a member. He lasted about what 4 years, right? We're talking about in 97, 98, banned from West LA, and he wasn't from the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, he didn't have not one tattoo, but he got blessed. He became a member. Unfortunately, politics didn't work in his favor. If you get me what I'm saying.
So was he not getting the respect from other
Yeah, that's what it
members?
was. No, it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
that. It was
No.
basically West LA didn't really have Phillies, right? So a lot of other Phillies kind of took that area per se, right? And by him becoming a member, it's like he had first dibs. If you get what I'm saying, and they didn't like that, so they started a small campaign against him.
Right.
You
Yep. I can see that happening.
you fought Mundo impression. Wow, 1950. That's a long time. Taggers and party crews. There's a lot of autos that belong to them that I know they've been excuse me, they're with the business sincerely. Don't minimize never a man. Like I met this one cat, Tantan from I forgot his neighborhood though, but somebody disrespected him in a level one. So he whacked that other fool. He caught some time, went to the shoe. In the shoe, he went local. So and the vato was under a couple Billy. That's why it's like I see a lot of people speak like, yeah, there's a lot of freedom, a lot more loose. Level ones, level twos. Politics get a lot stricter in level threes, level fours, 180s. But you never take manhood from an individual. They're young,
I
trying
still
to prove something. Yup.
I still don't understand that whole 180 thing. I don't get it. The 180 and the 50/50s, whatever. But
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video explaining it, but basically, in reality, there's not. Well, back in my days, there were six levels. Agent. In reality, it's six levels, right? Six. It was one, two, three, four, which is a 270, and then the 180 will be like a level five, and then a six level will be the shoes. But they didn't phrase it like that. They go level four 270, which is a normal yard, like a 3 yard, same design, and then a 180 is basically cut in half. Every section is divided. When it's a 270 or level three, all the sections are together in one building. And in a 180, no, every section is there's a wall there, on day room and stuff.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it's the actual the outline of the actual the facility, not a number specific. Okay, I get it now. Now I get it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, it's more strict and it's more designed for the seals to look. There's actually only 8 cells per section, you know. And then there's a wall, and then it's B section, and then there's a wall, and then there's C section. It's separated, you know. And then the program is very slow. 50 yards. I don't know how they run. I'm assuming normal. Yeah, trap. That exactly that. So they get busted is a whole different thing. Yeah, level 180 design. It's just a design. You know how it's cut up. Hmm. Yeah, it's basically two level fours, one stricter than the next. You know, and on 180 you mostly find lifers. You know. Yeah, Jerry, because it's mostly lifers. Yeah, Mark. That's exactly how it was really looked. They should have named them right, but I don't know why they decided to do it differently. But yeah, the gunner. That's why they do it. The gunner has a better view because he has a specifically just to look at egg cells and a small day room, and it could look these sections separate instead of having to look at all the cells. You know, like you would in a 271 or level three.
Hey, so if you refuse to sell up with somebody, what do you got to do? What do you got to do to make that happen? If you don't want to be with in somebody's cell, I mean, would you just go? You can't tell the COs, right?
Nah, you could whack. If you tell the CEOs you are what you are, well, at least in my times, right now, it's like everybody's telling the CEOs from a gay, right? But we can't admit to nothing, at least in my time. Exactly. Regla setting it down. And my times, I gave a story as an example one day. Yes, Mark. Basically, we used to go to committee, or when I first got to San Quentin, right? If it weren't for my tattoos, when I walked in, it's basically it's there's this little staircase, and then you're literally on the track on the main line when there's nothing but norteños. And they ask you right on the stairs, "Hey, what are you?" Well, they say you're funny, right? You're a Dodger fan or a norteño, trying to make fun. And I told them, "No, I'm nothing. I'm Mexican." They took off my shirt and they see my tattoos and they go, "Oh no, you got another Dodger fan here." But we can never admit to nothing. It's the same thing when they try to sell you up, Basically, they'll come and ask you, "Hey, could you settle up with so and so?" Yeah, I could settle up with him. Hey, but he's this. That's cool. I could settle up with him. I get along. But the minute they close that door and take the handcuffs off, it's boogie time.
Okay, I see how that
Northerners
would work.
have
Yeah.
kind of the same rules. We can't really admit. But nowadays, everybody's admitting to the cops what they are. You seeing what the Billies are doing. And Old Corcoran, I got to Old Corcoran 2003 from Tehachapi. Chevy, and I was on A yard first. And towards the end of 2003, I would end up going to B yard. Was there, and then I caught a case. Not hit Pelican Bay. Nothing but love from the north. Definitely. I don't know if I explained myself right, agent.
You did, but hey, when you catch a case, you actually go to a courtroom or you go to a hearing.
They put you in a cell, right? Well, in my case, I was already in the shoe when I cut the case. But you come off a main line, they put you in in the hole. You're in a cell, and then you eventually go out and see committee, right? And committee's going to be the one asking you all the questions. Hey, are you this? I ain't nothing. I'm a Mexicano. Could you sell up with so and so, or sell up with anybody? Could you come out to yard here? Yeah, I could go out with anybody. Basically, you have to boogie wherever you need to go. Well, that's how it was. Nowadays, is I don't really know how it is. Exactly, trap life. If you say what you are, or you can't sell with someone or something, it was considered a PC move with Santa Bruta. Yeah, that was before my time. My Okay, Chevy, you were on the main line in Old Corcoran. I was in Old Corcoran in the shoe, nothing but the shoe. I was an AR shoe and then BR. I came from the shoe and I got validated right there in Corcoran. Yeah, right now it's all watered down. I see like sometimes I hear somebody speak about Billy's, made Billy's, how they go and admit things in court and there's no repercussions. I remember when Art Romo was the first one. He went into court and to try to smoothen his stuff out, he admitted to being a member of the Mexican mafia. And man, he had it all bad when he hit Pelican Bay. And nowadays, it's like, it's a thing to do. Oh, you got validated in Ironwood? Yeah, them goon squads in Ironwood were no joke, huh? In eighth grade, nah. Yup, Mark. Look, 2007. Okay, okay. Now then, you probably heard of my case, Chevy, on Leiva, King Cobras, and B-Yard. Corcoran, Chino, and Santa Rosa. It was a 187 that happened in the end of 2004.
Hey, so when you're trying to beat a case or try to reverse being validated, hey, are you allowed to speak to other races for advice, like for advice or any kind of like legal stuff, or it's got to stay within?
Yeah, yeah. It's only look. That's why I see people come on here and they game bang, right? That's the kids. Cause in the shoe, we have to get along with everyone. Point blank, you catch a case, you know, there might be some people real good with legal work that's white, black, norteño, maybe you're paisa, right? And that don't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta keep peace. Yeah, top life. Yeah, we go from C-section to the pots, either A, B. In my time, it was A, B, and G in eighth grade. But yeah, we 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 definitely could talk. Could help each other too. We mainly do that all the time.
Hey, Top Gun, if we're low IQ, that means you know everything, so that puts you in the same bracket, right?
Yeah, yeah, because that's self soldiering. That's what a lot of people don't consider. For example, in Corcoran, I had neighbors that were NF, NR, BGF. I got along good to the point, that every day they would not, and they would tell me like, "Hey, Chino, you're hungry, I te va," you know. Hey, Chino, and you have to keep it friendly. It was vice versa.
See, I always thought
Like
like you couldn't enter like you couldn't like speak at all. You know what I mean? Just not acknowledge each other. I thought it was just like that separated. But once you're in the library, things change, right?
yeah, it is. Yeah, Trav Art from OC, he changed up a lot though. That was his demise. Yeah, they stopped you from going in. I'm glad you're home, Jerry. Enjoy family and life. That's what life's about. Parima train tracks. Salud. Sorry, agent. I'm trying to just catch up. Sureños can't talk to black. Nah, we can. In the shoes, rap life, that's just a myth. They tend to say, rap life on the main lines. It was just we couldn't do dealings with them, and it wasn't because of anything. It was because if a dealing went wrong on the brother side or our end, it was going to become a war. For both sides. It was going to drag everybody along. That's why it was. We just couldn't deal with each other. But other than that, you were shot color. Jerry, I don't know. I don't know now. Back then you were cool. If you went to fire camps. I don't know now. Weirdos, man. Yeah, it was more like that. At least in the main lines, yeah. But a lot of people mistake. We don't have an alliance with the wood. We have friendship base, but other than that, it's the ones we go up with the most. I could go back. Yeah, trap life. I agree with you. There's a lot of that. One thing from the next. That's why they get stuck. They never go nowhere. Yeah, thank only that's a fact. When I got to Solano, I was, That's why I took off. That first day I went out to yard. They told me I couldn't take off my shirt, mainly because of my tats, you know? Like I got SR, I got Rostown 13, I got the stomach done with the SR, Santa Rosa on the back, food. They told me I couldn't take off my shirt, and I was like, okay. Went in, grabbed something, and then it was boogie. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's all. You know, like I said, a lot of people mistake the type of rules and regulations are should be applied. And the only rule that's there with blacks is we can't do dealings with them, meaning dope wise, asking for loans, things like that that could lead to riots. You know, but a lot of people I know took it to the extreme and 555. Great to see you. Yeah, thank you God. Hope you're well as family. H, are you seeing the messages?
Some of them, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Crab Life. I know a lot of people took it to areas that they should have never gone. You know, that was it. You know, that was the only thing that we had to imply. You know, and that was to prevent exactly like he says for both ends to come out in bad terms and us go to war. Because in reality, when it comes to people wise, you know, brothers and sureños, they're the two biggest cars, and they're bitches. Them wars are bitches. A lot of people are gonna get hurt.
What's up, Jerry?
Thank you,
No, I'm not.
David. Likewise, much prayers to you and family. Excuse me, Agent?
No, I'm just talking to Jerry. He's a trip.
Okay.
Yeah. He says I'm falling asleep, but I'm not. I'm here listening.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. You know how I am. I like to answer every comment.
No, go do your thing. I'm just if anything comes up, I'll
4 yard
pop
main
in.
line. Excuse me?
If anything else comes up, I'll just pop in. I'm listening too. I'm reading
Okay,
them.
okay. 4 yard main lines and respectful as fuck. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like the boogie. I know I got that word. No, Oscar, no. I think the piece is great right now. Mr. Juarez, saludos, carnal. Buenas tardes. Forex, great to see you. Saludos. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, yeah, I see it. Agent, I'm backed up. Yeah, top life. I know, like I said, a lot of people took it. It was never like that in our city, in our town, you know. But I understand different, different towns, different wiggles, you know.
So your neighborhood was
Brandy,
all your
great to
neighborhood
see
was all
you. Good
Mexican.
afternoon. Excuse me.
So your neighborhood was all Mexican.
Yeah, my neighborhood, it was all raza, but there was a lot of there was a lot of black families that lived in the projects, you know. We were we were cool. We never really funked like that, you know. Oscar, I heard they are. I heard some of them are. I don't know. That's I'll refrain from commenting on that, but it's great. There's no war inside amongst Raza. Period. Being still in a toxic relationship due to duty. Okay. What was his placazo, if I could ask, Trav? My girl's family is right there. Okay, Mark. From Culiacan. Oh, that's cool.
I
Yeah, I
wish all
don't
that
know, B.
I wish all that violence would apply to
Someone put
Mexico
that,
too.
huh?
I wish that it would apply to Mexico too, with the violent part.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I hope so too. Trap life. There's a lot of people though messing it up for everyone though. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, be annoyed. Yeah, how's mom's today, B?
I know you can't touch
Thank
on
you
this, but I
everybody for
mean,
hitting the like. Huh?
I know you can't. I know you can't touch on this and everything, but I mean, like right now, currently, there's entire towns being evacuated. Huh? Like in the Oaxaca area by the Ardillas, right?
By the ardillas, what?
Yeah, they're actually like they're actually coming into towns and people are leaving. Like they're like abandoning entire towns.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Oh, sorry to hear that, Trav. Stop with the dogs and then back on with them. Okay, Oscar. She's waiting for her donut. Yeah, right now there's a whole bunch of chaos. Agent, like for example, Las Ardillas in Guerrero, yeah. And like right now here, the Marillo's faction is having problems with the small faction. They all left that way. That's why you're seeing a lot. The juniors are taking advantage and taking out the people that flipped.
Oh, is that what it
Starbucks,
is?
thank you.
I wasn't sure,
Huh?
but like I wasn't sure what the objective is of having all them families leave their towns behind.
It's just basically to take over the town. But they don't make them leave. The families, they get scared to leave and with a purpose, right? Rightfully so, but Guadalajara, Monterrey, and DF because of the World Cup. Yeah, yeah, trap life. That was fun between us and Woods. I told a story one time they almost took me out. Nah, I totally understand. Carnal drive. I respect that. Muchas gracias for sharing. The juniors. Yeah, los menores. Yeah, I fully respect that drive. Now, what they do is they go in and they cause chaos. For example, they go into the small towns in the sierras or out there, right, when there's nothing, and they start killing like man. They sincerely out here, there's a lot of trash. They start raping women. They start picking up women, taking them, put them in them stash houses, and raping them for weeks in, weeks out. And that's why they decide to leave the town alone because they're there. But that's how the towns get abandoned here. It's sad to say, but there's you know there's a lot of that happening, especially like in all different factions. We just leave it at that. They play all that, they do all that, and it's sad. Yeah, there's a lot of basura out here. You just leave it at that. That's where here where I'm at. It used to be clean of all that, extortion, kidnapping, all that. Unless you owe them money, they will go pick you up, take you out. But nowadays, here in Guadalajara, they were different trip, but I guess everybody's gonna blend in. I go back to saying when you're living that life, it's that same mindset always. It's gonna always circle, and it's always gonna be the one that's gonna flourish out. Well, guess crash starting channel, see no internet. Okay, yeah, things are gonna get worse. You're talking about over there in Guerrero, right? Agent.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And so what happens after that? I mean, anybody can come claim that property now, or is it still under the people that fled?
Nah, it's still theirs. It's their property. Especially like here they have a thing, right, where it's either dominio plano or ejidal. Ejidal is like a town that don't belong to like the main district, but they still have the papers to their land. So when the government eventually goes in and reclaims them, they'll come back. They'll start coming back because they'll always be theirs.
Okay, I thought it would be like the government would just come in from behind and just take it over again, and then whatever happens after that. But I guess that doesn't happen. Okay.
Nah, they only leave well they're there, hiding out, doing their BS to different spots. Pepe, saludos, saludos, saludos. Victor, saludos, great to see you. Yeah, Triple A, things are just going to be getting worse from here on out. But yeah, usually that's how it is, like especially in these places like Guerrero, there's a lot of jungle per se, there's a lot of, so you run across these towns and let's say you're trying to, you're fighting with a different crew that's 2 towns away. So they set base in that town, and that's where they ran him out. But it don't last. It's sad what happens. Young 6060, buenas tardes. That's why they didn't really, They didn't really like us, from the States, because supposedly, I got tortured for 2 weeks, agent. For 2 weeks, I got tortured because of a woman that I got assigned to take care of. And a fool was playing around in that sense, keep pushing it until I told him, hey, you do it again, you can disrespect me. And he did it, and I put some holoteras on him real good, and I got picked up because it's something normal out here, unfortunately.
You would think different, but not. But how about when they go into prison, man? Does that really happen to them people who hook up, who do that things to either women or kids, or it's just they just say it or does happen?
556, gracias. You mean if something happens to him in jail?
Yeah, if somebody has them charges going into jail, do they do something about it, or they just let it fly like nothing?
Nah, like here in Sinaloa, yeah, something's gonna happen. But I'm gonna give you an example. In other states I've been busted, nothing happens. The cartels, all they care about is they have control. Remember I tell them stories. For example, in Nayarit, if you do something to somebody, we're gonna take you down. Down was with siete locos, and they're gonna torture you. Basically, you couldn't put your hands on nobody if you found out they were with the funnies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because all they care about is their money. That's why I say you don't ask nobody. You stick to your own. The ones you get busted with that you know for sure. Other than that, it was like Nevich used to come and say, "Hey, I'm this, and then I don't care, homeboy. Give me about 5 feet." Damn, for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. Yeah, which I don't know if you remember from my stories. I took flight. The minute I found out, I whacked them inside, and they would always take me down there, and you know, but it was what it was. I was that idiot that I was willing to give one, or I was willing to receive one, a good one, but I make sure I gave one the same way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I get that part,
Yeah,
especially
me too, young.
the one that had the parts, the parts in his trunk. That one just like there's no going back on that. I mean, it's once somebody's got that and you still allow him to function right there, even though he had money,
Yeah,
that's still not cool.
yeah, yeah. Young 6060 agents here with us. Silvia, saludos. Great to see you. But yeah, like they're funny. They're funny, my boy. Here in Sinaloa, I'm not gonna say what they do to him, but you can imagine it's 10 times worse than what they do. If you guys get what I'm trying to say, 10 times worse in the same faction. But anyway, and I told the story. When was the park? The other day we were talking about El Pozolero of Nayarit. I was just that idiot. They had already told me they were gonna put lead in my head if I ever whack somebody. And I told them if I find out they mess with kids, women, or funny like that, tell them to keep their stuff to themselves. Since and I was still trying to get that fool to come to the bars. Silvia, saludos again. Agent, but yeah, that's why they don't like us. They don't like us. They say we're too institutionalized, you know? We tend to want to run everything, and then we fall under, well, at the moment, they were saying we were under the Chapo. Yeah, that's one. I'm sorry. My Sherman, you know?
But but they weren't far from the truth, right? I mean, if they would have let you guys do your thing, you guys pretty much would have taken at least an area, you know what I mean, of that prison.
Yeah, we eventually started, we got our own little area, right? Because it's like I said, it's a whole town. And there's a spot of mariscos, and there's a hallway, and then there's a bunch of businesses, and I went to the back, and there was wood businesses, and the homie Casper from Pasadena, he bought a shop, and we used to get along. We used to get there, eventually all meet there at one point or another, you know? When things came down, at first it was a lot difficult. For example, I used to wake up every morning and go to the soccer field with Chanate, and I'll start walking laps, right? And then, for example, another homie, he'll come out with the boys Chanatas, and as I went, he was coming this way, so we met, and that's how we talked. We just said certain things as we met in the middle, but we didn't really sat down and spoke because we were getting our ours handed to us if they saw us talking to each other. Pitón, lame. 559, muy buenas tardes, blessings to you. But yeah, it was different. Things changed a lot when they heard Little Man, you know, and I told a story, right, Agent?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, when they heard him with a bat, because me and him were speaking in English, and some J Cat that was, well, he had power, you know, La Puerca from Beltranes. Basically, that get crazy, and it was my fault, you know. But, anyways, Cali boys, muy buenas tardes. No, this one, they're all prisoners. They're all prisoners. Every single one is prisoners. Yeah, remember I told a story of this lady that she was an attractive lady. You know, she was a little older than myself, but she was attractive. I used to love her birria until one day Casper put me in his cell and he goes like, "Oh, look, I want you to look at something." And he put the documentary on how she got busted, you know, and she was a savage. She used to work for the cartel, and she used to like taking people apart, you know, literally, and used a lot of that for her birria. And I was like, damn. But you look and never believe it. After that, I didn't really go. And then whenever I used to walk by, she used to go like, Chinito, you haven't came. And I was like, ahorita, no, ahorita estoy en dieta. And I used to just play it off, you know?
Yeah, but you still went there because you didn't say 100%. You said sometimes
Nah,
I stopped
B.
going,
Huh?
but you didn't totally stop going there. You still went back at least once or twice, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely. Hey, the only funny part is she got there. She lasted like 4 months for about 30 bodies. You know, that's how the system in Mexico works. They pinned on her 30 bodies. She literally took them apart, fed them to the streets. And I wish you guys would see them videos. It was different people than the one you seen in there. Ah, that was. I mean, that's when I always been that type. Eyes don't see, heart don't feel, or stomach. I couldn't just shine her on. I seen her leave though. I remember one day I was walking by and she was real happy, like, I'm leaving today. I was like, nah, hell no. Babe, good afternoon. I was like, I'm here just for placas sobre puestas. That means just having fake plates on the car. And I can't get out. And she's here for 30 bodies and she's gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of cases like that, or even like 5 years for like a couple of bodies, and people are just do like 5 years, and they calculate I'll be out by this year, and they'll just do the time in Mex.
That's one of the main purposes of the mask. From just having plates sobrepuestas, fake plates put on the car to drive into Nayarit. They gave me 19 years, 8 months on sentencing because they called it antigüedades out here. Chile, good afternoon. Great to see you. That's when we had basically to pay the lawyer, the director, the DA from the state, and they opened that back door and punch. I know someone that got out early because he won some sort of lottery. Oakland, good afternoon. Great to see you. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's all different ways. I met fools that were literally busted for some stuff you guys would never imagine, and they got out a lot quicker than us. Yeah, that's only the ones they could pin on her. But we had that conversation as one, later when I found out later on with her, like, damn, I seen you on the TV, right? Just playing around. I was like, I seen you on the TV. You were a whole lady, huh? And she's like, nope, same one. And she saw they're idiots. That was just a month's work. I was like, man, let's go Dodgers. Respect, Chile. Rose, good afternoon. Yeah, how's your sister today? Sorry, agent. It's a trip how Mexico works. Every state is different. Like in Oaxaca, man, we did. There was chaos everywhere. I got shot 6 times, and we were able to get out a lot quicker. I'll tell you that much. Anaheim
Yeah,
locked.
I saw in Oaxaca that their mezcal is nobody's buying their mezcal. They said so. It's not it doesn't have any value right now. The mezcal doesn't have any value right now in Oaxaca. The mezcal.
Ah, I heard it's starting to kick off. She sounds like fun, Silvia. Francisco, muy buenas tardes, saludos. The mezcal in Oaxaca is good. You got a lot of people still that go back, with their beliefs and their recipes and stuff. But it's barely starting to be noticed right now, agent. Yeah, hard headed. That's me. That's what Park calls me all the time. Terco, to say it nice. But yeah, Oaxaca got some food too, Agent Orange, that we hear a lot, or we tend to we try to create our own ways, right? But like enchiladas, mole, all that in Oaxaca is, man, still in the hospital, no chance. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rose.
It's got that certain taste, like the fruit in different countries. Fruit tastes different in different countries because of the chemicals they use. So when you come to the U.S., their food's definitely gonna taste different from other parts of the South America.
Yeah, Mexico, you can't pass fruit from state to state. Man,
Really?
Rose, I'm so sorry. Sincerely from the heart. I will keep praying. Yeah, yeah. Here it's like, for example, there's checkpoints. If you go into a different state, there's checkpoints. They check you don't have no fruit. Because in every state, it's different. They have worms, whatever. They don't want to cross into the next state. Julio, good afternoon. If you had a plug, you think so, S1? That's actually workable. Ah, Santa Maria, biggest tree in the world. Man, see, that's like stuff I would love to see. I'm glad moms was able to get out and enjoy, nature. Nature is God. Joe, saludos. Bien, bien, gracias, Jose. And you? How you doing today? How's family doing? Mr. Goyo, buenas tardes. Like, likewise, bro. I send my love, my respect, and the hopes you and family are in God's best love and care. Sorry, I think I might need glasses. That's the last thing I want because I don't know what's this light. I send my love, Mr. Goyo. Thank you, Peter. Great to see you. I was wondering if you were okay. Agent Rose is sending you a message.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Goyo, if I can, it'll be a pleasure.
Thank you, Rose. Hey, so like in the 90s?
Excuse me?
No, no, it's a little delay, but like in the 90s, you couldn't cross avocados, right?
No.
And so they would. No, I'm trying to catch up because I'm getting back feed.
Yeah, me too. I'm your Huckleberry. Good afternoon. Gracias. I appreciate your wishes. Hope you and family are doing good today. Mr. Goyo, and how can I help? Okay, Peter. Yeah, I don't know. You two's flipping out. Pretty little truths. Good afternoon. Oh man. Oh, I suck. Sorry about the noise, everyone. Yeah, Pete, I was supposed to unsubscribe and that. All right, Mr. Goyo. Oh, everybody read it. I personally can't do that. First and foremost, don't have it here, and second of all, I don't like to ask at all. So, Agent, did you click off? Okay, Mr. Goyo. Okay. Oh, I turned off, everyone. I don't know what it went wrong. Una pregunta. José, para ningún lado siguen aquí, pero ahorita los que andan para allá y para acá, para allá y para acá son los del sombrero. I have to connect it, Park. Ah, thank you, Mr. Goyo. Hold up, give me a second, everyone. Let me turn this machine back on. Burger straight gravy. Okay, José, pero esos son los de las cuatro. Los de las cuatro que andan buscando culpables por lo del Hardy. Y ya ves que están entrando por acá, ¿por dónde, José? Por Guajicori, a Caponeta, todo eso. Yo sé que, man, lamento mucho lo que está pasando. I haven't heard. I need to go get donut. Okay, gracias, agent. I appreciate you. Bell peppers, onion. I like the combo. I really do. My ya nuevo líder, exacto. Sí, pero no son los menores. José, que este Koala y toda esa área es en las cuatro, quieren seguir tratando de capirotar ahí, si me entiendes. You're making us true. Yeah, definitely. The bell comes out. Yeah, Bake, I do. I know. Right now I have to. But hey, agent, when he sent it to me with one of them little things. Or I at least go in the car and I have it out with me on the car, the whole time, and I just get off for. They usually put oxygen in the hospitals too. But yeah, beg Simon and all right, José. And de nuevo lo lamento. Yo sé que es un despapayo ahorita. I know me too. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I put it in Spanish. Yeah, I still can't fix that of my lock. That's one. AVG, saludos. Good evening. ¿Oh, serio, José? Yo no sabía eso. Ayer, ayer, a lo que nos dijeron, seguían guerra con los del sombrero, pues. Es ver para dónde van a ganar ahorita. Pero la gente cual definitivamente son los, ya ves. I love it too, B. Yeah, get them donuts. And I wish I lived close to your mom's. That when you did the donut run, I'll be like, nah, I'm playing. True, yeah, Chile. Here we go. Message has been held. Big Stan, good afternoon to you. Yeah, definitely, everyone. Let's keep Rose and her sister in prayer. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta do that, agent. I'm hoping the investing kicks in here soon, agent, so I could take it apart and change it. That's there be. But yeah, everyone, I want to let you guys rest too. I just want to come on and do the live with Agent Orange and as well, get to cross words with everyone. You guys just don't know how much you help me. And I don't mean to sound like greedy or selfish, but I'm just saying thank you. Yeah, oh, she is, Agent. Believe me on this. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my headphone, and last time I'm the one that gave her the money, right, to do that, to send it to me ASAP, and I'm hoping she's able to, or I'm able to cover it, and so I can, like in the next couple weeks, get it sent out. Trav, likewise, much love and respect at all times to you as to family. Thank you today for sharing. Yeah, I am, Vincent. It's gonna be under the reaction one. José, igualmente. Ah, yo tenía un compadre, que en paz descanse, de Tecuala. Ah, lamento que esté así por ahí. Igualmente, cuídese, bendiciones para ti, familia. Kelly, again, thank you for being with us. See you tomorrow. I hope you continue to have a great, blessed day. Agent Orange, buenas noches. Chile, buenas noches. Hope you rest well. Francisco, muy buenas noches. Part, love you. Thank you as always for your great help. B, sorry. Jerry, muy buenas noches. Rose, from the heart, my love and prayers, sincerely. Me and Park were bouncing off on let's do the praying for Rose yesterday, and I had already done it though, but for sure you're in my prayers. Everything at least easens up. As one, I love you, bro, from the heart. You know that at all times. Silvia, muy buenas noches. Hope you rest well. Mike, muy buenas noches. Jerry, buenas noches. José, que descanses. Sí, buenas noches. Darlene, muy buenas noches. I know if I miss someone, do please excuse me, like always. As well, excuse me. I know from the phone I tend to bounce around everywhere. My most sincere apologies. Thank you for your time and for being here with me. My love and prayers to everyone. Buenas noches.